Good afternoon, everyone. Today we're going to discuss 5 highly effective science-based strategies to slow the aging process. These are not gimmicks or fads. Each is backed by decades of research in biology, neuroscience, and human performance. Aging at its core is about cellular decline, DNA damage, hormonal shifts, reduced repair mechanisms, and cumulative stress. But, and this is key, we are not powerless. Our behaviors can either accelerate or slow this process. Let's begin. Sleep is not simply a time of rest. It's a deeply active biological process that plays a central role in how we age. During deep sleep, particularly slow-wave sleep, the body engages in essential repair mechanisms. Cells clear out damaged components, DNA repair enzymes are activated, and the brain flushes out metabolic waste via the lymphatic system. This is also the phase when growth hormone is released, which supports tissue repair and muscle maintenance, both of which decline with age. One of the most critical impacts of sleep on aging is its influence on inflammation and hormonal balance. Poor or insufficient sleep increases pro-inflammatory cytokines and disrupts insulin sensitivity, both of which are linked to accelerated biological aging and chronic disease risk. Additionally, erratic sleep patterns can shorten telomeres, the protective caps on chromosomes, making them a measurable marker of cellular aging. The circadian rhythm, our internal clock, regulates the timing of sleep and other vital functions, and misalignment, such as from inconsistent bedtimes or late-night screen exposure, can blunt the body's repair responses. Optimizing sleep means respecting that rhythm, going to bed and waking up consistently, minimizing light exposure at night, and avoiding stimulants in the evening. Deep, high-quality sleep is arguably the most powerful anti-aging tool we have. Hormetic stress refers to a biological phenomenon where exposure to mild, manageable stresses triggers beneficial adaptive responses in the body. It's one of the most powerful, underutilized tools for slowing aging. Examples of hormetic stress include cold exposure, like cold showers or ice baths, heat exposure, such as sauna use, and intermittent fasting. When applied correctly, these stresses activate pathways that enhance cellular resilience, promote detoxification, and trigger processes like autophagy, where the body recycles damaged cells and proteins, effectively cleaning house at the cellular level. This not only reduces inflammation and oxidative stress, both key drivers of aging, but also boosts mitochondrial efficiency, allowing your cells to produce energy more cleanly and reliably. Cold exposure, for example, increases norepinephrine and brown fat activity, improving metabolic health and reducing inflammation. Saunas, on the other hand, induce heat shock proteins that protect cells from stress and have been linked to reduced risk of cardiovascular disease and dementia. Fasting enhances insulin sensitivity and increases the expression of genes linked to longevity. Importantly, these practices should be introduced gradually and strategically, not as extreme routines but as consistent, brief exposures that build resilience over time. The key is consistency and dose. Short, regular sessions, e.g. 2-3 cold exposures per week, 3 sauna sessions, and intermittent fasting several times weekly, provide enough stimulus to provoke adaptation without overwhelming the system. Hormetic stress works by nudging the body into repair and optimization mode, precisely the conditions that slow the aging process and extend health span. Physical exercise remains one of the most consistently proven methods to slow the aging process, but not all exercise provides the same benefits. A combination of resistance training and Zone 2 cardio delivers the most comprehensive protection against age-related decline. Resistance training, using weights or body weight, builds and preserves lean muscle mass, which naturally decreases with age. Muscle is more than just strength. It's a metabolic organ. It improves glucose regulation, supports hormonal balance, and protects against insulin resistance, a major driver of chronic disease and aging. Regular strength training also promotes bone density, reducing the risk of fractures and osteoporosis. Zone 2 cardio, on the other hand, targets a different but equally vital system, your mitochondria, the energy factories of your cells. Exercising in this zone, roughly 60–70% of your maximum heart rate, where you can still maintain a conversation, enhances mitochondrial density and efficiency. Since mitochondrial decline is one of the hallmarks of aging, improving their function slows the cellular wear and tear associated with getting older. Together, these two modalities offer a synergistic effect. Resistance training provides the structural and hormonal support, while Zone 2 cardio ensures cellular energy production stays high and inflammation stays low. The key is to aim for consistency. Lift weights at least 2–3 times per week, focusing on compound movements, and accumulate 120 to 150 minutes of Zone 2 cardio weekly through walking, cycling, or light jogging. Movement is not just about fitness, it's a signal to your body to stay biologically young. The brain is remarkably adaptable, even as we age, but only if we continue to challenge and care for it. Neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to rewire itself by forming new neural connections, is central to cognitive longevity. Although neuroplasticity declines over time, it doesn't disappear. With the right behaviors, we can preserve and even enhance our brain's capacity to learn, adapt, and stay sharp well into later life. Key drivers of neuroplasticity include novel learning experiences, focused attention, and exposure to natural light, particularly early in the day. Learning a new skill, whether it's a language, musical instrument, or physical coordination task, stimulates the release of brain-derived neurotrophic factor, BDNF, a molecule that promotes the growth and survival of neurons. BDNF levels are closely linked to memory, mood regulation, and cognitive performance, and they decline with age unless actively supported by behavior. Focused mental work, free of distractions, also strengthens attention networks and helps maintain cognitive flexibility. Natural sunlight, especially within the first hour of waking, plays a crucial role in setting the brain's circadian rhythm. This in turn influences sleep quality, hormone regulation, and overall cognitive clarity. Without this daily environmental cue, mental fog and mood instability become more common. To protect brain health, aim for 10-30 minutes of deep undistracted learning per day, seek early morning sunlight, and limit passive screen time. The brain remains plastic and capable throughout life, but it requires intentional effort. Aging doesn't have to mean cognitive decline. Engaged, stimulated brains stay biologically younger. Chronic stress is one of the most potent accelerators of biological aging. It raises cortisol levels, disrupts sleep, increases systemic inflammation, and impairs immune function, all of which contribute to age-related diseases and faster cellular decline. Elevated cortisol over long periods can shrink the hippocampus, a key brain region for memory, reduce bone density, and contribute to insulin resistance. That's why managing stress isn't just about feeling better, it's about staying biologically younger. Daily stress is unavoidable, but the way we respond to it can radically shift our aging trajectory. Simple, evidence-based practices like controlled breathing, time in nature, and mindfulness can help regulate the autonomic nervous system, reducing cortisol and calming the inflammatory cascade. For example, slow nasal breathing, specifically a pattern like inhaling for 4 seconds and exhaling for 6, activates the parasympathetic nervous system, shifting the body out of fight or flight mode and into a state of repair. Spending time in nature, even for just 20 minutes a day, has been shown to lower blood pressure, decrease cortisol, and improve mood. Additionally, limiting evening exposure to artificial light and reducing digital stimulation before bed can dramatically improve sleep quality, further supporting cortisol balance and repair processes. Rather than waiting for stress to overwhelm the system, build proactive habits into your daily routine. Brief, regular moments of stillness and recovery have a compound effect. Managing stress through deliberate, daily action not only enhances emotional resilience, it protects your brain, hormones, and cellular health from premature aging. Slowing the aging process isn't about hacks or shortcuts, it's about consistent, science-based habits that support the body's natural resilience. Deep sleep, strategic stress exposure, targeted exercise, brain stimulation, and stress regulation each serve as critical levers to protect cellular health and extend your health span. When practiced deliberately and consistently, these tools don't just add years to life, they add life to years. Aging is inevitable, but how well you age is in large part within your control. Small, intentional actions done daily can create powerful, compounding effects. Invest in your biology now and your future self will. If you want to slow aging, think systems, sleep, stress, movement, environment, cognition. The body is an adaptive machine, but you must provide the right inputs. None of this requires radical change. It requires deliberate, repeatable behaviors. Aging is inevitable, but how fast you age is in many ways a choice. Thank you.